Na ne kwese wo mu ni se obi ye nyina be ka ne kra sebi Ghana ha ye ka ne kra ene be bo aman no se nyina be ka ne kra sa Galamsey adwuma no it's gotten worse. I mean, I don't have to tell you. Everybody
in the last 3 months.
Of course, everybody knows. I mean, it's a standard, common truth, unspoken truth. It's a fact. The reason why it's gotten worse, no, it's not far-fetched. It is say a buying for fraba, a buying for 4G. Say ya buy a bantino. Ya who can say ya be boy forest we mu. Ni acquire mining. You be caught so we so. Ni acquire illegal mining. Obi entimi see a coin. Ya buy na aba. Me friend no ya buy na aba syndrome. Ya buy na aba. Nti ya buy na aba dia fuel bunkering no. Illegal fishing no, petroleum no, illegal mining no. Ya wo ho kwan say ye bi. Ana ya wo kwan say ye. No kra no akoma ebima hwere mo kwan. Nkwa. Okaya oboase ene mpensem pontempotem bibiri amanfo ahwere mo nkwa enam saa adwen no se ya ban na aba no se ye ne yepe yeso yesi ekutu agudie ni bi ese ekoje forest ha ese yesi kra kusi se uti kokuo mu nkomo a memejuna ofidie so nka nenso gusu train say mpese mu ni ye de no money be keto ho aye hu ni kura ni yeko otitia party mpanyifo bi na techri amaimu kura kofo bi timi, you know, it is becoming like, you know, it's some sort of an entitlement kind of mindset. It's our time, or we are here, we now have to take over, that, you know, and so on and so forth. Early days yet, but clearly there is a need for some drastic measures, including some level of political commitment and will. Finally, early days yet, but clearly there is a need for some drastic measures, including some level of political commitment and will. Finally, positions be a me take as minister, now by any take here whilst we're in government.
Yes.
I don't intend to change my views or change my position
on them
because of where I find myself today. No.
Okay, into one of those positions.
I may have been wrong. I may have been wrong at the time, or I may not have gotten it right. Or what have you. But I will admit that was my position then.
And it's still your position.
And it should be my position. If I change my mind, it is because I have genuinely been convinced that this thing I got it wrong, or that it should be done differently and so on. But penifoni bi omo aban mu ne no. Eno bi ho a position bi ho mu take ye abra no omo opposition no. I think it is fair and right
for them to remain consistent.
Yes, that we insist on that. For example, they were very, 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 very categorical that they would declare a state of emergency in all mining districts of our country. They were very categorical. The president made that promise. His senior members of his party made that promise. They should follow through with it.
Declare state of emergency.
Yes, and or if they will not, they should tell us why they will not. Maybe since they've been in government, they realized that they've gotten a different appreciation of the situation and that, and because of that, they no longer think that they should be. Me as Minister for Land, about 2 months or 3 months to elections. And that's a big radio.
3 months to elections.
Trade Union Congress, Ghana Medical Association, Christian Council, charismatic and these churches, Catholic Bishops Conference declare state of emergency now. We need a state of emergency. President Mahama, all of them said we need a state of emergency now. And yet today the Galamsey crisis and menace is worse than it was when the state of emergency was called for, and when the then candidate and his party supported the imposition of a state of emergency. What has changed? So, you know, these things you can't say too much because you also have to be careful not to sound offensive. But if we are going to build a nation, my brother, we need to be consistent. We need to be very consistent. If a state of emergency is what is required to deal with Galamsey, as all these bodies said, it is required, and the party at the time said that is what is needed, and today we all almost unanimously agree. I think the minister Buah himself will agree that Galamsey is gotten maybe 2-3 times worse than it was before the election. What is stopping us declaring a state of emergency?
The state of emergency.
My position on state of emergency at the time, I haven't changed it. It's the same. I'm not interested in articulating it here. I said it then. You can check. You can check the archives. You can check the records. You will find out what I said about it. But I'm saying that we should insist on
what you said.
We should insist on the politics and governance of principle.
Of principle, I agree. What you said then was a state of emergency was not what we.
There was a call for a ban on total ban on small scale mining.
Yes.
The NDC supported it.
Absolutely.
They said we should ban small scale mining. They even went as far as saying, let's ban it and give ourselves breathing space.
Yes.
I had a position at the time.
No.
Because we had done banning in 2017, 2018.
Yes.
And I was deputy chief of staff at the time. I was very much involved. And I knew how it panned out, how it worked. So I took my position then as minister. I gave my advice to the president. The president took his decision. And that decision stood. But the current government, when they were in opposition, opposed that decision and said we should ban small-scale mining of all forms.
Declare state of emergency.
And also civil society and very important, respected associations in our country insisted that we should ban small-scale mining. The Ghanaian people rejected our view and voted against us and voted for them and accepted their view. They are in government. Let them ban small-scale.
Well, let's this argument and it's what he has done. If it turns out allegations untrue, it borders on criminality in that it can comfortably sit under publication of false news intended to cause fear and alarm.
Now he's talking about those Gestapo type of laws on our statute, which I think we should actually get them off. But in any event, let's even go on a tangent of that law. Let's go on a tangent. What are the ingredients of the law, and what has Team Fojo done that suggests that he intended to cause fear and alarm? Where is it? And even if it was the case, if you arrest him, how does he get detained? For what? You see, the point is this. Look, in the heat of these matters, people say things and all of that. I know Felix Kwache Fosu very well. I think he's a reasonably, what word will I use? Reasonably
fair-minded.
Yeah, he's not. You should just take it easy. And we hear all this arrest somebody, and the man is a member of parliament. He's the ranking member for defense
and interior.
He's a very senior member of the house. He's a 3-termer or 4-termer member of parliament. Anybody who knows Reverend Tim cannot help but come to the conclusion that he's a very serious-minded, objective, fine gentleman. I met him in my first term.
Yes.
He was in his second term.
Yes.
Excellent gentleman, man of God, Reverend Minister. He knows what he's doing. He's clearly raising an issue which will warrant an investigation and caught the attention of the government, and it did at the first instance because the president acted when he brought the matter up. I think we should all sober down, we should all calm down, and let's find a way of bringing this matter to some conclusion.
Say, a colleague MP, Honorable Team Fojo, when push comes to shove, he will be arrested to come and provide evidence or in fact I've heard the government spokesperson himself he would even be arrested to come and provide the evidence as an MP yourself. How do you take common?
Well, they did kind of say me who say I say yeah, politicians as politicians, among assembly.
Yes.
Ye wo aban mu a ye die ni enko. Ye bo opposition so ye die ni enko. Na no ase yare bi a chie nyina. Ayo kwa me ka ho. You know, aban mu a chese a government which is just less than 6 months old. But they arrest him and they chino they be any say. Into your book kakra. Sre into your book. You know, yet you money ya, yet you mean yet you man me abra near Wabaim,
yes,
and all be banning come you didn't come on. I'm say into your book a crown away say anything. Oh, a man yourself to me no. Untimin tre baby a echna odo. Na ye chechire man no na se ye de mra e chechire man na obi emra ne ye adwuma e adwuma ma wo e adwuma ma me na sebi emra en kanwa ana mra nchewa unhu e ho mfaso na bronika the rule of law, not the rule of men, the rule of law. With respect, not the rule of Honorable Felix Ofusu-Kwachi, and not the rule of Abu Jinapor, and not the rule of Obi. That the rule of law. That is what should prevail. The rule of law. Nye kasapreko. Nye because echnebi MPP abai by mu na Abu Jinapor me wotumi me se Obi oni me nyame fe. Nti ye me arrest wo. Wo abai mu a ya na mre bi no. Wo kan saa ukane tra na ukaswa ede na sebi odi ye ni ope meti amintimi nkasa bebre as deputy chief of staff mi hu no ma kakra america say debi esi o MPB no a former minister ne car yakoje ne car say ni say ade ye ji ne car say DNT car no aban na eton wakoto STC avalu bibia won kwan so okoji saa yeden emra be ne ma kwan se koji nenso wo aban mu a woka ne saa obi bebo agu ka se twem ho yete hei honorable intim emra ben eni nyina so ben ana obi be wa o de be koka se o arrest him where am be chichim kra no I'll sound a bit legalese, but that is the case. The concept of arrest emre no metise nipa bi mu kan sebi we use it a bit loosely. Say Obi will arrest you. What does that mean? Law enforcement here investigation na ye hian either as a witness or a suspect or eventually as an accused person. They can invite you, they can also arrest you. But you see in Ghana what some people say arrest, they mean detain. Where is the arrest? He means detain. Then chino, name financial fiase. No under 2 days, 3 days, name bisano, so that we teach him a lesson. Na china no bisu answer. So that kind of talk. But when you are arrested, it doesn't mean detained. No.
Yes.
I'm sure you understand that. Arrest doesn't mean detained. The police or the law enforcer will come and read your Miranda rights to you. You're under arrest. If you say anything, it can be used against you. Na you arrest you.
And it's a directive no man penny to the Facebook page. Our name is security agencies are in investigations. No, fair non to kakra and rather no man penny person to constitution and set up a commission of inquiry. I
think that will resolve this matter conclusively. And in any event, you know, it's within the powers of the president. The president will consider. He should consider it. First of all, the president said there should be investigations.
Yes.
And if you read my Facebook post,
yes,
I said rightly so. And the president should be commended and encouraged for that move. But the investigation is not even commenced. Omampenya kasa and yes, sebi. Yes, obi for ne kan. Omampenya kasa. E mampenya kasa. Ana odi tuja, not by word of mouth, formally on his official Facebook page, that he's directing state institutions to conduct
collaborating with the MP to investigate the matter.
Investigate them. In fact, there's even a part of it that is quite interesting. I mean, the president said, the president said, and to ensure a thorough and transparent investigations.
Yes.
I want to repeat it for emphasis sake. And I quote, to ensure a thorough and transparent investigation. So what has happened to the thorough and transparent investigations? You tell me, what has happened? What has happened? What is being shielded? I mean, what are we afraid of? What are we covering up? That the whole president has directed that we should have a thorough and transparent investigations. And down the road, investigations have not been conducted. The government spokesperson quickly jumps and says, forget about it, it's a waste of our time, it's baseless allegation, we will not conduct any investigation, and to even conduct investigation would be a waste of our time. And yet the president had directed, prior to the government spokesperson coming, the president had directed it should be a thorough and transparent investigation, which all of us welcomed and got relieved that, look, His Excellency the President, yes, it won't be business as usual. He said the President, and he said it, the President again. Then again, he said it. He said he made the point that he doesn't. We're going to the times of Ghana, narcotics, and the rest is a thing of the past, and never again will that happen. He made that point in his post. You know, and I think Ghanaians were very happy. Ghanaians were very excited and relieved that, look, this president is taking up this matter in a manner that is required, and everybody commended him. So what has happened that down the road, we are now suddenly, overnight, there's a dramatic 360 U-turn. We will not conduct the investigations again. Any investigations will be a waste of our time. But to be fair, the allegation is baseless.
Yes, to be fair to Ayɛka Kasamafo, a colleague MP, Felix Kwachin Fusu, dear Okaye on this show, and he said, Omanpenye ye too tolerant. Na onuna yo Omanpenye anka he would treat sa allegation from Intim Fojo with the contempt it deserves, because it doesn't merit any form of investigation. But the waken na intro on far evidence be amame tuja what's on mine crowd wasted times here for investigations. But even if some investigations they will do that investigations to make an example out of the honorable member. Say, oh sorry, in chantro keke ewo mind be to say Ghana. And your first point or second point they say, or say national security ebeton sa afre if I don't try to speaker. I'm a speaker, a release honorable member, no. I'm Wababe Buah Hon in the investigation. And on the name time cross a letter, no. Sa kwa na se enkoya yen to me. But these are the things he said on this show.
With the greatest of respect to my friend and brother, Honorable Felix of Osukwachi.
Yes.
You know, and I say this with a lot of respect to him. Governance is a serious business. Now, governance being a serious business, they say he can't speak in his personal capacity. Ono kasa, sebi o kasa, abai na kasa.
Yes.
Pacho me boy, they make an say ono fe zufu kwa chebek na no kasa ma abai Ghana government ene kasa. Now, ese wo hwe ne esi. Omampanyin ankasa ekurushi e dia betuja. Say ohia a thorough and transparent investigations into this matter.
Yes.
Sebi omampanyin ankasa na aka ho. Na government spokesperson said or say ononi omampanyin anka onkasa.
Anka onye o maye investigation.
Oh, but how? I mean, I won't comment any further. This is quite that's quite embarrassing. I can't omampanyin, they should be, he's directed. President of the Republic, he has directed that he requires a thorough and transparent investigations into a matter. And then the spokesperson of the government now comes to say that onono yo mampinya onono onyesa. Isn't that strange?
Honorable,